Check this out. Here we're up here slaving away, and Mrs. Heavy Chevy, she hooked me up. Got me a glass of that golden nectar in a mason jar. Boy, I just feel right at home now. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I think I'll keep her around.
Yeah, she's a keeper. I've seen her work in the shop. Pulled out nasty old mouse headliners that you didn't want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a real
Does all the stuff.
hero. Right
That's a real woman right there, boy.
She does all the stuff out of it.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah.
Hey, welcome to Rat Rodding. My name's Waylon Wire, and don't ever do what we do here on this channel.
Well, hey everybody, welcome back to Waylon Wire's Old Iron. I sure do appreciate you riding along with me, taking this journey with me. I'll tell you what, I was thinking about it today, and as I got further and further into this trip, I got more and more relaxed. And by the time I got to our peaks, it was like I didn't have a care in the world, you know. And that's, I got a business to run, I got bills to pay, I got work to do, and I got 100 cars to try and keep up with, and I got this property to maintain. But yeah, sitting there on the bank of that lake with our peak, just visiting, didn't have a care in the world. But right now, we're going to get into the Heavy Chevy experience, and I've been knowing them people a while now.
How do you gotta get us a new tire?
No, we're gonna have to walk home.
Are you serious?
You know, it came all the way from Washington State.
It says Little Miss. And it says, "Hi there, Little Miss Heavy Chevy. I wanted to send you something to put on your truck. I really like that body style, and I love all the work that you and your pop have done to it. The patina is just perfect. There is only one thing that I can think of that would make it even more awesomer. This little gadget will help to make your truck go up and down with my new rat rod, like my new rat rod does." I know what these are now.
I was thinking about something.
Just can only imagine what that would be.
Every time I put your picture on a thumbnail in my videos, I get 3 times the views.
What can I
Now,
say?
why is that?
I'm prettier than you.
Little Miss, she ain't little. She's about 3 inches taller than I am, I reckon. She's tall like her daddy. But, and that young man, see, Mr. Heavy Chevy and his son, they flew out here last summer, and I picked them up in Seattle, and I had gone down and found this Suburban. Well, he found a Suburban, and I bought it for him and got it back, and then he paid me, and they got in it and drove across the country, and I thought, boy, that's awesome. I want to do that, you know. So, yeah, Little Miss ain't little anymore. She's all done growed up. And the young man, you don't see much of it in videos, in Mr. Heavy Chevy's videos, and I don't know why, but he is hilarious. He just says the funniest things, and the way he tells stories, it's just hilarious. He's a good guy, man. Like all them people, they're the sweetest people you can ever meet. And while I was there, I can't remember laughing anymore, or in a 48-hour period of time. I don't think I was there that long, but anyway, yeah, it was a lot of fun, and they just have some fun people around them, and yeah, let's go, let's have the experience. All right. Hello, Mr. Heavy Chevy.
Hello there, Waylon Wire.
I made it.
You made it all right.
I made it. This was the goal.
That's pretty cool,
This
man.
was the destination.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Fire it up, Mr. Heavy Chevy. Boy, it's a long box, ain't it?
Sure is, 10 foot long.
10 foot long, yeah. That horn don't exactly fit the beast. This used to be the steering lock, didn't it?
Yeah, I got the, it's gonna work.
Oh, okay.
The switch works,
Yeah.
that's how you do it.
Yeah.
It's hooked into a relay, so it turns it, but I have a switch for it. I just gotta
All right.
Got a cute little horn.
Oh,
rig it up. This is quite an endeavor to make all this stuff.
Oh, I can't imagine. I don't know how you got it all under the hood, actually. I can't. I even have parts left over when it's original and it's supposed to fit.
My friend Ben says it's okay to have parts out
Yeah,
there,
as long as you don't run.
as long as you ain't missing that.
Yeah, if you don't run out of parts, that's fine. Look at that. Man, watching the videos, I bet you had a lot of people worried about whether that hood was going to fit, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh, lots of.
Yeah. Look at that wiring. See, I hate wiring.
I gotta tidy it all up. That's the toughest thing I ever did.
I hate wiring.
That's a lot too.
Yeah. It's a lot. That's a lot to hate right there. Man. Well, my hat's off to you.
I need to finish it up. I sold all my tow rigs. I better finish this one.
Yeah.
You gotta have something to tow it.
Yep. Got fender. That works out good. Well, I drove this thing all the way from Washington State to North Carolina with no horn, but Mr. Heavy Chevy's got one that he threw in the junk pile this morning, you said?
This morning.
Just threw it away this morning.
I tried to sell it at the auto fair, but
It's exactly the one I need.
nobody bought it, so
So,
here we go.
and that's how I do it. And Chevyholic was helping me with that heater core. He was out under the hood putting those nuts back on them. A couple of them pretty hard to reach, you know. And I was inside complaining about something, not getting the glove box door. And he said, "Man, I gave you the easiest job." What do we need? A quarter 20? Is it a quarter 20 or is it
I
bigger?
remember it is a 3/8.
Yeah, it's bigger. Yeah, yeah.
It's so cool. There I go.
I think that's about right.
We're not hitting the body. I already did that.
Get our little jack stands for a little.
Well, good morning there, tubulars and tubettes. What is this, Saturday? Yeah, Sabado. It's Sabado morning. Oh, I hope it's still morning. I just picked up an oil change for this thing. You know, I was talking, I posted on Instagram yesterday that I was 2,600 miles from home. Well, yeah, as the crow flies, but I looked at my mileage. I've been writing the mileage down every time I fill up and checking my mileage and whatnot. So, yeah, I looked at my mileage and I'm actually 3,206 miles from my house. So, my Earl's all used up and I'm going to go back over to Mr. Heavy Chevy's this morning and borrow his lift again and swap out the oil in this thing and yeah, oil and filter and do a couple other little things and you know, nothing major. There is no major repairs on this. It's just little things. Mr. Heavy Chevy helped me yesterday get my lights working. I had a brake light wasn't working right, and the socket was bad or broken wire and loose and whatnot. Anyway, we got that taken care of. So it's just little things like that. I put a new dimmer switch in, and it's all good. My gas gauge healed itself. It started working again. That's always nice when that happens. So yeah, car's doing great. Knock on wood. Yeah, I guess I'm out of here for now. Boy, I've just not had a minute to sit down and do a video, and you know, the 3 or 4 hours it takes to edit a video, I just haven't had it. I've been running hard every day, and just long days, but good days, real good days. And what a trip. I would encourage you, if you got an old rig, man, get out and drive it. It's just a different experience. I could have brought my, I had a friend say, why would you drive that car? Why wouldn't you drive your new truck? Well, don't have a new truck, but you know what I mean. I told her, I said, I want to experience this car, you know. Taking a road trip in this car, it's a whole different thing. But, you know, if you got to explain it, they ain't gonna get it. But I know you car guys and gals, you get it. And I just encourage you to get out there and do it. Yeah, it's a memory, an experience you'll never forget. So that's what I'm doing. I'm making memories. And the Heavy Chevys, oh, they're just such sweet people. They're just like family. And they treat you like family. And Little Miss, she ain't Little Miss anymore. And she's tall like her daddy. And she came up and gave me a hug yesterday when she got home, and I told her, I said, I bet I look bigger on TV, don't I? And Chevyholic, he said he thought I'd be taller. Well, I used to be, but I shrunk. I had back surgery and they took a disc out, and that shortened me up a little. And then, you know, as you get older, you shrink anyway. So, wow. Pretty soon there won't be much left of me. All right, I'm gonna get on and get this done, and we'll keep in touch. I'll keep you in the loop, and thanks for traveling along. It's just been a pleasure. Well, we got the whole Heavy Chevy family out here helping me change oil in this car. Look at there. Get the man down there working the lift arms. I tinker around, pretend I'm busy until he gets that done. See if we got any oil in this thing.
That one's a little bit of a challenge sometimes.
Not showing any oil yet. So I can dump a little more in. This thing wasn't using any oil until it got dirty. Is that pretty common? I mean, or is it going to use oil from now on? I was kind of hoping it wouldn't, but.
How much did it use?
I had 1,800 miles in it. I put about 3/4 of a quart in it. But it didn't use any until.
You were running 80 all day long.
Yeah, it didn't use any until the oil got a little dirty. And that ain't the end of the world. If I did have to put a quart in every 2,000 miles, about ready for a change anyway.
You're nuts. Why don't you take like a little toolbox that you can roll around?
All right, we're going to check out Justin's ride here. Oh, it's a classic. There we go. Is that a cool truck? Yeah, cool truck. I like that one too. And this is going to go under the back.
I got a gasoline fired heater there for you if you need it.
I might need one. Yeah.
Mrs. pickup. Whoops. There we go.
No.
They're not in it.
Here, these are.
Good times at the Heavy Chevys. Oh, it sounds good. What was it you built for that? Is that a 283?
283.
Yep.
We can take it for a ride if you want.
Yeah, let's do it.
The mud grips just hit the fenders a little.
Yeah. Part of the experience. We put in quite a bit of time on this deal here too. Yeah, that looks really good. Yeah, these old trucks are made to go on old dirt roads.
I've been doing so much rust repairing that 57, I ain't been filming much of it because
It's the same thing.
it's the same thing over and over. Rust,
Just different spot. Oh, look at this. Now, this is pretty cool. So what's the history on this?
It's an old church used to be here.
Yeah.
Only thing but the
Steeple left. Wow.
And
Yeah.
it's called the what's it called?
The Henkelite Cemetery.
Huh. They get their mail here at the steeple.
It's old Civil War.
Really? That's interesting.
Yep. And somebody was still maintaining.
Yeah. Huh. So, have you seen any dates on the
You want to get on one?
headstones and stuff?
Wanna walk around?
Yeah, I'll walk around a little bit.
I think there was a mother who was buried here with her baby in her arms.
Yeah. 1864. Here in Holland. Well, this is kind of a cool resting place right here in the pines. And there's a headstone marker. Don't know who it is or when, but there's a marker. Man, what a beautiful day. Temperature's just perfect. Probably about 72 or so. And wind blowing through the pine trees. Now there's a whole generation now that hates this flag because they've been taught that it means something it doesn't necessarily mean. You know, to me it just, and to a lot of people, it just means you're from the South. It doesn't mean you're a racist. I'm not a racist at all. It's just my heritage, just from the South. It's going up. Goes everything else. Yeah, buddy. All right, run her through the gear. Oh yeah, Mr. Heavy Chevy's gonna herd this old Chevy down the road. Heavy Chevy, this old Heavy Chevy. This car's not as heavy as people think.
Let me see if I can manage it.
It only weighs 300 or 3,300 pounds. See if you can find reverse. We've been adjusting on that a little bit. There it is. There we go. How about that?
She's gonna have to go get some gas.
Where's Oliver?
It's like sitting on the couch.
Yeah, oh, it's a pretty good ride. One friend said, what are you gonna do? You don't have cruise control. And I said, you know what? It just happens to work out. Your foot's just in the right place. And it really doesn't bother me. I just never even think about it.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm strained in any way. It just works out. I done lost sight of Miss Heavy Chevy.
Keep up with her.
Miss or change her name to Miss Heavy Foot.
That's right. Leadfoot.
Yeah, she.
Little Miss Leadfoot.
Yeah, she's clean out of sight, man. Can't even find her.
She is gone.
Yeah. Even on the straightaway, she's out of here.
Here's some of his assets.
Yes, look at that caddy. Oh, I bet that's a nice ride. Is that 63? Look at that.
That's a
thing.
64.
64, wow. Yeah, he's got some stuff. He got him a crew cab.
Well, look at there.
Look at there, it's got Milky One.
Well. And here we are.
I needed that like I needed a hole in the head.
How you doing, Ben?
Come on.
All right, looks like you got a broken wing.
I just had shoulder surgery.
Yeah.
Anakin.
Yeah.
Well, I like the fender skirts. Man. What do you make of that thing?
I like it. That's my kind of rig right there.
Well, this is the state of the union right now. We were driving this thing and I could hear it pinging just a little bit. And we're gonna put a timing light on it. And because we figured we need to back it off just a little, but he was gonna do it with a light. And Mr. Heavy Chevy discovered that my vacuum canister is bad on that distributor. So we have no vacuum advance. So he just happens to have one here. He pulled it off of this one.
It's a Pontiac distributor, but that'd be
Well, the canister's probably the same, ain't it?
I think so. Here we go.
Now it's working.
I bet you get better gas mileage.
Now, that would be nice. I was bragging about getting 15.
Maybe it'll get 17.
have a terrible knack for moving. I try to picture it so I can miss the bald spot. So I see it every time.
Hey, good morning, YouTube world. I just left the motel. Mr. Heavy Chevy and I did a little tuning on this car yesterday. Well, he did most of the work. I thought it was riding rough, like coming down 23 was kind of rough, and I thought maybe my shocks were getting kind of bad, but they looked like they were brand new, and I don't remember exactly when I put them on, but I don't put many miles on this car, at least not until this trip. So I went and got some new shocks. I put some Monroes on the front, and well, that's exactly what I took off. So I had those on there to start with, and I don't think there's anything wrong with the shocks I took off, so I kept them there in the trunk. I'm hauling more stuff, you know. But anyway, yeah, I think it was just some deep potholes on that road, you know. It just, man, I thought it was riding rough. But another thing, it was sagging in the back because I got half my shop back there, you know. I got a floor jack and jack stands, and well, you guys have seen all that in my toolbox, and a whole bunch of sockets and wrenches, and you know, I've got everything except metric tools. So don't need them. I was gonna go to Harbor Freight and buy a set of tools, you know, to have to throw in the trunk, and but everything comes with metrics, or half of that set's metrics. I don't need to pay 150 bucks for a set that's half metrics that I ain't gonna use on this car. So I just went home and started grabbing stuff out of my toolbox, and the only thing I bought at Harbor Freight was a little toolbox to put everything in, and a nice little metal box with some drawers, and then I got a trunk organizer, and I went home and packed my own tools. The only thing I don't have in the trunk is my lift, my hoist, you know, and I could probably fit it. But anyway, we did the shocks on the front and probably didn't need them. But I noticed it was pinging a little bit, and the gas mileage had dropped off a little bit. Started out getting 15, and then it got less, and then it was 13, and even 12 something one time. And one time I put a tank of regular in it, oh, she pinged bad. And I thought, well, I won't do that again. You know, I need to put ethyl in it. So I'm reverting back to 1963. See, anyway, we started to set the timing, and Mr. Heavy Chevy's timing light wasn't working. He had his good one loaned out, and they didn't bring it back, so he didn't have a timing light. And of course, we just time them by ear the way we used to do them. So we retarded the spark just a little bit, or the timing just a little bit, and then he noticed, well, it was no difference taking the vacuum line off. So he checked it out. He's got a little vacuum pump, little hand pump, and my vacuum advance is not working. The canister is bad. So he happened to have another one, and we swapped it out and got some vacuum on it, but it was still pinging when I drove it home last night. But without a light, we don't know exactly where we're at. We need to establish, you know, a home base to work from. But at the motel this morning, I backed her off just a little bit more. We'd done it a couple times, or he did, and so this morning I backed her off just a skosh more, and I haven't heard any pings, and I haven't gone very far. What it was doing, it wasn't pinging on acceleration. It was just on very, very light acceleration. Once you get up to 50 miles an hour or so, and just very gentle, light acceleration, that's when it would ping, and pretty bad. So I backed her off just a skosh more this morning, and I haven't heard a ping. And it was starting a little rough. It was not bad, but not as good as it used to be or could be or should be. So after I backed it off, I came over here to the gas station and stopped and talked to some folks that happened to be driving a 63, I believe it was a Comet. Yeah, I think it was a Comet. Anyway, convertible, and it was red. I stopped and talked to them. I said, everything ought to be red, you know. So we had a little camaraderie there at the gas station this morning with a fellow car enthusiast. But when I filled it up, got ready to start up again, bam! Just as soon as you can hit the key, it goes. So I think the vacuum thing, I think you're onto something there, Mr. Heavy Chevy, and I just can't thank you enough for all your help and your hospitality and camaraderie and fellowship and the whole deal, man. Good stuff. The Heavy Chevys are some mighty sweet people and fun, just fun. They all got a sense of humor and they were talking about the kids growing up and one of them getting into some kind of trouble, a little bit of trouble or something, but Mr. Heavy, he said, but it's all smoothed out now, you know, and I said, everything's harmonious, and he goes, yeah, that's the word I was looking for, harmonious. And then the young man, he ain't little man anymore, young man says, yeah, he said, we just gather around on Sundays and hold hands and sing Kumbaya, you know, so it's all good. But real sweet family, and I just enjoyed visiting with those folks, and they're just like family. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit the road. I'm gonna head out to Fayetteville, and I've got a granddaughter there, and her beau is in the service there at Fort Bragg, I guess it is. And I'm gonna go meet up with them and have lunch, and then I'm gonna drive this thing to the ocean. Gonna take her to the beach, going from the Pacific to the Atlantic, and hopefully back again. We'll see how that part goes. Anyway, so good to have y'all traveling along with me, and man, I'm struggling to get a video up. It's just it's a struggle on the road. There's just no time, and it takes a lot of time to edit, so I don't have that time. But I gotta try and just designate a day and try to get caught up, because I got a lot of footage piling up, and I hate having all that hang over me. You know, I need to get caught up. But for right now, I'm gonna hit the road. It's Sunday morning, and I'm over 3,000 miles into this trip. I gotta call my insurance company tomorrow and extend the mileage, because I told them 5,000 miles. Well, that ain't gonna be enough, and I don't want to have a claim denied because of a technicality like that, you know, not enough mileage covered. So y'all have a good day. I hope you're having as much fun as I am, and if you got an old car, get out and drive it. Get out and drive it. That's all I can say. It'll make your heart go pitter-pat. All right, we'll see you soon.
Coming soon to a YouTube channel near you.
Pop it all around, but there's a car seat in the back. To all little kids around in this thing. Whoa, the door's open. Whoa, the door flew open. Careful, Johnny.
All right, that's gonna do it this time. I hope you enjoy riding along in my old Chevy, seeing the USA in my Chevrolet, and I sure do appreciate you. We'll see you next time right here on Waylon Myers Old Iron.